we take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Turn 3 Racing Network, as tonight we are here for a very, very special event, the Charlie's Angels 125, presented by Ultimate Sim League. Thank you very much for joining me tonight. I am your host, and my name is KR Stolfus. I hope everyone is strapped in and holding on tight for what is going to be an epic race here as I catch my breath at the Milwaukee Mile. This has all been thrown together last minute for me, so please bear in mind as I try and get caught up on everything that is going down. Gotta catch my breath. Woo! All right, how y'all doing out there tonight? All right, we are in a warm-up session, and that means that real quick, we're going to take a moment to talk to one of the people who is helping putting this show on, and that is none other than Matt Vadi. Matt, how you doing out there tonight?
I'm doing great, KR. Man, I can't express how grateful we are for you to jump on board and help out here.
Well, I'm glad to be a part of this. I was hoping to talk to Jeff, but it looks like he has stepped out for a minute. However, you're going to have to fill us in on all this epic information that we're looking forward to about tonight's event.
Well, this is kind of in conjunction with a charity drive that took place over the last couple weeks. A bunch of racers up here. Andy Monday is a Fox River Racing Club champion in the super late mile division. He got this started for a local fan up there, Charlie Knuths and his family. Charlie is going through a bout with leukemia and lymphoma, and needs some help covering the medical expenses. So Andy thought it'd be pretty cool to try to auction off one of his race car doors, and he got a bunch of support for it. A bunch of other racers and people across the country, even as far south as Sonoya, Georgia, and Bubba Pollard jumped on board with this too, auctioning off their race doors. And they were able to raise over $60,000, which was really cool. It's going to go to a good cause. Hopefully the Knuth family gets a little comfort out of that and gets some breathing room for themselves as they fight this uphill battle. So we're all thinking of him. Brandon and Jeff and everybody here at Ultimate Sim has thrown this race together, as well as Eric Malik jumping on board, and we're glad to do it.
All right, Matt. Well, thank you very much. Just quick question, as iRacing has gone blank for me. What are we doing right now? We gridding?
I'm not really sure. It's gone black for me as well.
Very interesting. All right.
We're stuck here with remaining time at 0, and it just says wait.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm not really sure.
I have lost like everyone in the session. Has iRacing collapsed?
Well, I am still in the race. The admin is talking to the group right now, and we're gonna try to set up a different session because for whatever reason nobody was allowed in the race. I watched the pace car make a pace lap here, and this is very bizarre.
That is quite strange. All right. Well, Matt, since we have a few more minutes to talk about everything else, what more can be said about this Charlie's Angels 125 event?
So in here tonight we've got a bunch of racers again. Some of these guys may be auctioned off their own doors. Some of them are crew members or whatnot from other areas that are in here. So it's a good mix of drivers tonight. Some of us are sim racing veterans. Some of us are just getting our feet wet in it this winter. Everybody in here is under the blanket though of a 2 caution limit. So what'll happen is if you're involved in a yellow, you just shout out that you're involved, and the admins will give you an EOL penalty. They're going to send that guy to the end of the line. If they're involved in a second caution, then they're going to be parked for the night. With these cars, the limited late models they're pretty stable on the iRacing service. It's a good stepping stone beginner. I don't want to say beginner because the street stocks are underneath it, but for speed wise, it's a good progression step to the super late models and the K&N cars and beyond that. So I'm looking for a really good race. I know that we're running the fixed setup, which starts us off with 10 gallons. So we should be able to go about, I don't know, 40 laps maybe on fuel before we have to pit. So that'll force guys down pit road 2, maybe 3 times. You'll see different tire strategies taking place, especially if it goes green for a long ways. You'll have to come in and take fuel. You can't really afford the time to take tires. It'll be interesting to see how this plays out tonight, but it's all for fun. It's all for good cause. We're all here for the right reason, so we're just looking to make it to the finish and give the people involved with this fundraising effort something to watch and get through this long winter.
Absolutely. Well, Matt, do you know, since you have your ear to the admins of this session, do you know about how long we can expect before we can go back and see some racing?
I know that the admin is working on getting a session launched right at the moment. We'll post that link back to the Ultimate Sim Facebook page for all the guys that are tuning into the broadcast to kind of figure out what's going on. That shouldn't take more than a couple minutes to get that next session launched. And hopefully we all get on track this time, because not a single car was allowed on track for that last one.
Very interesting. Well, Matt, thank you very much for taking the time to talk to us. I appreciate it, and good luck to you in tonight's race.
Thank you, KR. And I just want to thank everybody that jumped on board with this, from Andy Monday getting the whole ball of wax started with the door auction, and all the drivers and crew members and whatnot around the country that jumped on board with that, and raising that 60,000 plus was incredible deal. It just shows how tight the racing community is, and when someone's in need, we truly are a family. You hear people talking about it all the time in the pit area that it's a racing family. It is, and whether it's your family of 40 other guys that you race with on a Saturday night, or in this instance, you got hundreds of people that have jumped on throughout the country. We all bleed the same, and as long as it waves black and white at the end, that's what we're looking for.
All right, man. Well, as we wait for this session, Matt, again, thank you so much for taking a moment to talk to us. And guys, we are going to step away. If you're here for the race, no one go anywhere. We will come back when we have more information and or a session to have a race in. And until then, guys, how about some iRacing commercials? Because, propaganda.
the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real-world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
iRacing, you wanted the best, you got them 4 abreast. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we are still waiting for the new session to load up. Apparently, iRacing had an issue, and kind of not a whole lot we can do. The session was set up correctly, but iRacing just said no, not this room. So we are in the process of having a new room set up. We will momentarily be bringing you some warm-up action. Qualifying has already been determined, and then we will stick right to racing. And Matt, you're down in here again. Anything else you'd like to add that new information?
No, just letting folks know if you're still watching the broadcast, waiting for that server to launch, that the other server is posted. So as soon as everybody gets in there, the admins will advance through.
All right, guys. So we're going to step away again, and hopefully this time when we come back, we will have all the racing action for the Charlie's Angels 125 presented by Ultimate Sim League.
wanted the best, you got them for abreast. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Turn 3 Racing Network. Thank you very much for hanging out with me throughout that delay. Once again, I am your host. My name is KR Stolfus. I can't tell you how excited I am to be bringing you Charlie's Angels 125 right here at the Milwaukee Mile. Right now, these cars are in a warm-up session. We're letting everyone get fired up on the iRacing side of things, get into the groove of how this race is going to rock and roll, and then it will green flag for 125 laps. Once again, thank you everyone for hanging out with us throughout that delay. Right now, the fastest driver in this warm-up session is none other than Garrett Strakota in the 77 machine. I do like that number 77. It happens to be my number, both in hockey and in iRacing. Right now, that 77 on the high side there as he's getting passed by the 25 machine of Andy DeLay. But this is just a little warm-up, a little bit of time to let everyone join the session, and then it will be time to rock and roll, as I said. So, I don't know about you guys, but looking at some of these paint schemes, I'm trying to pick my favorite driver based off of the paint scheme. So far, I'm going off of drivers that have the number 7 in them. Garrett has a plain white 77. John DeAngelis has a black 7. And let's see, Matthew Fraser in the 97 machine. Well, yeah, ooh, a little bit sideways action there. 97 machine doesn't look like a terrible paint scheme. I don't know. Could be worse. I mean, I could have painted it. We are looking at about 3 minutes left in this qualifying / warm-up session. If there is a driver you would like for me to talk about, let me know. Give you all kinds of information. Right now for this session, here is our fast times. We do have 26 cars in the session, so it is going to be a very busy track.
Hey, KR, we got Eric Malik up here if you want to grab him quick.
Oh, absolutely, Matt. Thanks for the heads up. Eric, this is KR in the broadcast booth. You got your ears on, buddy?
I do. I got you.
Man, oh man, welcome to Turn 3 Racing Network. Thank you for taking the time to talk to us a little bit about tonight's event. What can you tell us all about this and Ultimate Sim League?
Well, actually, Andy Monday kind of got us going on it with, auctioning off those doors for Charlie Knuth. And the money was kind of inspirational. I had reached out to Brandon and Jeff earlier in the week trying to find a good time to run this race. I thought, well, let's just have a registration. I said it's a good way to donate, have some fun. We'll bring some attention to it. Kind of share with people what the cause is for. Charlie battles from lymphoma, and medical bills are unbelievable. So once again, kind of neat to see the race community, virtual and real race community, kind of come together and help out a family.
That, you know, the racing community is always one of, you know, a close-knit group of people. Time and time again, you'll see something happen, a driver go down in, you know, an incident at the night, and the drivers around him will rally together and put, you know, their parts on his car, getting back out there. It's no different when one of our fellow drivers comes up with a severe illness.
Yeah, I don't know a lot about Charlie. I've been kind of more in the dirt racing scene here for quite a while, promoting and driving. I think he's a fan over at Kakana, just a young kid. So cool to see everybody kind of coming together. Like I said, I kind of wish we'd had a couple more drivers. Really hoping for 40 to show up here, but you know, we got a good group here, and it should be a good race.
All right, man. Well, there's about 40 seconds left in this session, and the number 9 machine being piloted by you tonight finds itself third quick on the speed chart. What do you got up your sleeve here that's got you in third place?
You know, I mean, it's a fixed setup race. Everybody's got the same setup. It's really about you know, driving line here, lifting, such big turns, sweeping turns here at the mile. It's about, you know, getting off, braking, letting the car roll through the turn, and being able to get back on it right where it's not going to kind of push you out to the wall, where you can kind of still turn the car and kind of have to wait on it a little bit before you hammer the gas down. So a lot of it's just driver, with all these cars being the same setup. So I don't have anything more special than anybody else, other than I do enjoy this track. It is a driver's track, and I'm looking forward to the race.
All right, man. Speaking of the race, we're getting to the grid. Thank you for taking the time to talk to us.
Yeah, definitely, man. Thanks for broadcasting it. Really appreciate it. And this is cool. Hopefully we can do this again sometime.
All right, man. Well, good luck out there.
Thank you, sir.
That was Eric Malik, driver of the number 9 machine. Now, guys, it is time to go through our starting lineup for this event. On the pole is the 77 machine. That is Garrett Strakota. On his outside is the 62 of Jeff Steenbergen. Row number 2 will be Kelsey Rogers, Cody Speicher in the 19 machine. Row number 3 would be Jared Apel and Kevin Knutson. Ooh. Nuttison? Oh my goodness. Row number 4, Bud Riedner and Matt Nagel in the 24 machine. Please bear with me, as I have not had the opportunity to learn all of these names. Row number 5 will be Brian Gundrum and Colton Grolski in the 56 machine. Row 6, John Andrade and Eric Mueller. Row number 7, John DeAngelis and Jason Schilling in the 13 machine. Row 8 will be Jaden Dahlberg and Charles Carmen. Row 9 will be Edward Blaine and Andy Monday in the 10 machine. Row 10, Chuck Shayer and Eric Molly. Row 11, Jay Crable and Matthew Fraser. Row 12, Matt Vaddy, Zach Coyer. Row 13, Andy DeLay and Christopher Boykins. And that is going to make up our field here tonight. 77 machine in control of this field. Green flag is out, and we are underway for the Charlie's Angels 125, presented by Ultimate Sim League. Down into turn number 1 goes the 77 machine. He does have the advantage over the 62 of Jeff Steenbergen, and for the moment, everyone going quickly single file in the top 4. However, that 7 machine did just get bunted up the track. Now they're going to look to go 3 wide. That 7 machine is going to collect the 86. That is Kevin Knutson. And they are all trying to find somewhere to run. Holy cow, what an opening lap this was. Somehow we stay green. This is a huge knot of cars right here. Everyone looking for some room to run. We go on board with Gundram in the 118 machine. Trap down on that inside line, tracking down on that inside line. Everyone quickly getting single file here at the Milwaukee Mile. This track very flat. Really takes a lot of patience before you can roll back into the throttle. The number 10 machine piloted by Andy Monday. Right now he finds himself in 13th spot. A lot of drivers out here tonight. 26 cars all taking the green flag. The 9 machine of Eric Malik did start from pit road. He has gotten back out on track. He took a moment to talk to us. Hopefully that did not cost him the start of this race. Maybe he was just going to play it cool, calm, and collected and hang out at the back. Wait for that first caution. One driver, though, that is not waiting for the caution, that is the 77 of Garrett Strakoda. He is your race leader. He has been out front for all completed laps so far. That is a total of 4. We work lap number 5, that 77 machine, dropping the left side tires down on the yellow line there, really looking for some grip. Seems to be working so far for him as he finds a little bit of gap back to the 62 of Jeff Steinbergen. Kelsey Rogers in the 20 machine finding himself in a 3rd. And the yellow flag is going to come out. Not 100% sure who has gone around. But we are going to back this up. Let's check out our turn 3 instant replay, and there it is. Got a few cars sideways. Take one more stab at this. That is the 02 machine of Christopher Boykins. Settles it down, grabs a gear, and gets rolling. We are under our first yellow of the night, the 77 of Garrett Strakoda coming down pit road. So with that being said, guys, I'm going to take a quick break so that I can do some more setup work. And no one go anywhere. We'll be back for the green flag. Welcome back to the Charlie's Angels 125 presented by Ultimate Sim League. Lights have gone out on the pace car. Drivers getting ready to go back. Green flag racing as they stack up side by side down the backstretch. 26 cars in this event. We did have 17 cars stay out, not taking advantage of this yellow flag. But the 62 and the 20 going to be restarting on the front row. Pace car gonna peel off, down and away it goes. And now we get the green flag, and here we go, back underway. The complete lap 8, start lap number 9. Everyone trying to get through turns 1 and 2 cleanly, side by side here at the Milwaukee Mile, makes it very difficult. One driver not finding it too hard at all. That is the 62 of Jeff Steenbergen. Right now he is out front and has a bit of a gap as the 5 of Jared Apel and Kelsey Rogers go side by side down the front stretch. Into turn number 1 they go, with the 24 of Matt Nagel right behind them. If I am getting a name wrong and you know how to spell it phonetically, please, oh please, help me out here, because that is something I would really like to get correct. And as I mentioned, this was thrown together at the last minute. Learning everyone's names wasn't an option. '56 machine of Colton Gorowski. Right now he finds himself in 6th place. He has the 7 of John DeAngelis right behind him. 19 machine, that is Cody Speicher. Drivers getting single file here as they all try to dive down to the bottom here. Dane Dahlberg in the 36 machine running that green and white paint scheme. Now coming under attack from the 77 of Garrett Strakota. Garrett, one of the first drivers onto pit road when that caution flag flew. Brandon Wolf over in YouTube along with Nick Egan, telling me it is Nag Old or Nagel. So 2 different pronunciations from 2 different people on YouTube. Oh, let's talk about how to confuse our announcer a little bit more, shall we? Meanwhile, at the front of the field, the 62 machine continues to lead. The 5 of Jared Apel right there in second, holding on to that second place. The 20 of Kelsey Rogers. Those 2 drivers running very close to each other. G-Force Racing let me know it's Colton Gorowski, which I should know that because I did a race with Colton not too long ago. However, that was the hardest name for me to pronounce. I am still struggling with it, but we'll get through this together. Roger Muth chiming in. Thank you very much, Roger. Appreciate you. You're my favorite. You're not doing anything, just let me know. Wouldn't mind having you over here. Maybe throw out some of your expertise commentary. Right now, the 70 machine, that is being piloted by John Andrade. The 3rd, he finds himself in 9th place. Trying to, fend off that 118 machine piloted by Brian Gundrum. We got a yellow out here. One car has gone around. I believe that is the 25 of Andy DeLay. Let's go to our turn 3 instant replay. Let's figure out what happened here. From high atop the blimp, the 25 and the 10 go into the corner. Little bit of miscommunication about who has the line. 25 goes for a spin that also looks like the 37 Trying to find that number. That was a tough one there. Let's take another look again. Andy Monday in the 10, making contact with the 25 of Andy DeLay. That being said, we have a lot more drivers onto pit road this time, including our race leader and our pole sitter, everyone coming down pit road. John Andretti is hopefully correct pronunciation for the 70 machine. John Andretti. I believe a family member, that is either Jacqueline, it's like Jacqueline, is letting me know. John Andretti. Well, John Andretti III is currently leading this race. Steenbergen has led 11 laps. Strakota led for 5. Now, and Drady has led for 1 lap. Do have a few more cars on pit road. The 13 machine of Jason Schilling finding himself trying to hammer out the last little bit of damage he suffered in this caution. He did chase the car up to the outside wall to avoid making any further contact. Lights are out on the pace car. We're getting ready to go green flag racing once again. And John Andretti out front with a good restart. He did not hit pit road, has not made a pit stop yet so far in this race, so he is on a bit older tires. Matt Vadi in the 8 machine down to his inside. He's trying to take away the race lead. Third place right now, that is going to the 36 of Jaden Dahlberg, but he is not going to have third place without a fight. Jared Apel in the 5 machine right on his outside, but the 9 machine of Eric Malik charging through the field. Eric started from pit road, and now he is inside the top 5. He is down to that yellow line trying to get that 9 machine underneath the 5. But what a drive through the field, making it into the top 5 after starting from pit lane. The 70 of Andretti right now has started to open up a gap on the 8 machine of Matt Vadi. Matt Nagel in the 24 machine, finding himself in 7th, trying to take a peek down underneath the 118 of Brian Gundrum. Slots in behind him through the middle of the corner, trying to get a run up off of turn number 4 down the front stretch, side by side. They're going to go down into turn number 1. The 24 has the preferred lane for the moment. Gets down on that yellow line, tries to roll the middle of the corner. He's got some good speed here from the middle. Can he carry it through the exit? Here he comes, that 118 of Brian Gundrum, though, not giving up that outside lane or the position without a big fight. But this one looks like he is going to lose it as he washed up a little bit too high through 3 and 4. To move Matt Nagel into 6th spot. Gundrum into 7th, but he is not done losing positions. The 56 of Colton Goralski is going to take away the spot. We got trouble in the back. Steenbergen sideways coming off of turn number 2, somehow collected that car. Everyone around him didn't get hit. Well, if they did, it not hard enough to send them careening into awkward positions on the racetrack. But what a save by the 62. Hold your breath moment here at the Milwaukee Mile, the Charlie's Angels 125 presented by Ultimate Sim League. Not going to go down without its share of rough and tumble, it would appear. We got one going way up high. That looks like the 87 of Jay Craigle. John Andrade still leading, has been out front now for 8 laps. And I do want to point out tonight I would not be here tonight if it wasn't for my good buddy, and that is the pilot of the 22 machine. Well, his name is Zach Cold Beer Coyer. Reached out to me, asked me for some help for tonight. Absolutely willing to oblige, and here we are. At 22 machine finding himself in 16th place. Started in 17th, so he has moved up 1 position. As we scroll through the timing and scoring, John Apel has moved to the front. I'm sorry, Jared. John Andrade falls to second. Unfortunately, we missed that pass for the race lead. Brandon Wolf, it's Nagel. Nick failed trying to explain it. Well, thank you very much, Brandon Wolf. I do appreciate it. And Matt Nagel, I apologize for getting it wrong. I had a 50-50 shot, if you don't count the other 100 ways to say every single name and letter combination that we know as English language. Garrett Strakota in the 77 machine. He finds himself in the middle of a hornet's nest right now, along with the 24 of Matt Nagel. The 36 machine of Jaden Dahlberg on the outside, and he's going to get freight trained here. He's going to lose a spot from the 24 and the 77. So Dahlberg in that outside lane, falling to the back here a little bit, as Brian Gundrum is going to make the pass, put Dahlberg in the 36 machine down to 9th place. Back up into 3rd, the 8 machine of Matt Vadi finds himself starting to lose a little bit of ground with our race leader, and that is Jared Apel in the 5. Jared did make a pit stop earlier in this event. In fact, he came down pit road on our most recent caution, and those 4 tires are working a miracle for the 5. We've had 4 different leaders in this event so far tonight. We are working lap 32 of 125, so the race is clicking off very quickly here. We have had 2 cautions happen very quickly in this race, but we have started to stretch out a little bit here at the Milwaukee Mile. Kelsey Rogers in the 20, losing or trying to take a spot from the 36 of Jaden Dahlberg. Not able to do so down the backstretch. Dahlberg holding on to that 9th position. These drivers all battling for a charitable cause here tonight. Everyone wanting to win the Charlie's Angels 125. And Charlie, man, keep fighting out there. Hope to see you back on track very, very soon. Our race leader in the 5 machine has now opened up over a 1 second lead over John and Drady. We go on board with the 5, looking out the back from this lead that he has. That 5 machine, a very solid. Little bit of internet blinking there by the 5, no big deal. Easily overcome. Eric Malik in the 9 machine right now. He has closed up on the back bumper of the 8 of Matt Vadi. I have had the opportunity to race against Matt Vadi in the pavement sprint car and the super late model. Stand up, gentlemen, as the caution flag is going to come out once again. And I again do not know who this one is going to be for. Possibly for the 96 of Edward Blaine. We're going to have to check and see. No, it is the 20 machine of Kelsey Rogers going around. We check our instant replay here. The 20 and a long spin through turns 1 and 2 as we caught that one right in the middle of it. Let's take another look and let's go. I had topped the blimp here. See exactly what happened to the 20. The 62 with an excellent run down to the inside, but caught the curbing, washed up, and collects the 20. 8 tires is better than 4, kids. Remember that when you start in on your go-karts. A lot of drivers onto pit road, and the 77 of Garrett Strakota missing his pit box. One driver down and away already. Four tire stop for several other of our drivers. Eric Malik in the 9 down and away. The 24 of Matt Nagel also dropping on the jack. So the 86 machine of Kevin Knutson, and I hope that one's correct. Kevin Knutson. He is now your race leader. Started in 8th place. Into 2nd place, that is Cody Beitcher, and that is another tricky one for me. If anyone can help clarify that for me, because I kind of want to be like it's Spiker, Spicher, Beecher. I mean, that could go like 100 different ways, but if I can at least say it once correctly, you know, that I'm doing my best here, folks. Right now in 3rd place, that is the 40 of Bud Riedner. Bud Riedner? Redner? I think Redner. I'm gonna go with Redner. Oh my goodness. Alright. We'll just call him Bud R. What that? Oh, that's not. I am having a little bit of fun here. I am poking fun at my inability to pronounce these names correctly. I do appreciate everyone trying to help me out. Kevin Knutson. Kevin Knutson. Is that right? Knutson? Alright. Well, either way, Kevin Knutson in the 86, he is going to be waiting for that pace car to get out of his way. He can get on the throttle and go back to green flag racing. The lights have gone out on the Ford Mustang, and down and away it goes, probably to be serviced by its crew because it's had an electrical failure. Green flag is out, and we are back underway for the Charlie's Angels 125, the 86 machine of Kevin Knutson, finding himself in the race lead here. Got a good little run down into turn number 1. That 86 machine very smooth through 1 and 2 right there. Really didn't even move those tires off the yellow rumble strip. Heads down into turns 3 and 4. Washes up a little bit there, a little aggressive on the entry, but dives right back down. Used the throttle to turn the car from the middle of the corner on out, and has an excellent run up off the corner. So Kevin in the 86 machine becomes our 6th leader. Sorry, 5th leader. Got my shoes on, can't count. 5th leader of the night. A lot of our lead changes have come under yellow due to some drivers coming down pit road. We've only had one pass for the lead on the track. That was Jared Apel over Don Andrade. Bud Reedner, Derek Ream from YouTube chat, as the yellow flag is going to come out once again. We got another car sideways. That is the 13 machine of Jason Gilling. Gilling. We'll go with Schilling on that one. I think I got that one. You know what? Can't someone just come up with like 3-letter name? All right, let's figure out what happened to the driver of the 13 machine. Jason going way up high here. Gets it sideways. Looks like he is able to get it back under control before losing or making contact with anyone else. Take another look at it. The 13 machine going way up high and does just lose it all on his own. No contact with the wall or another car, although it was pretty close there at the end. But caution flag flying once again. That means I have a few more moments to try and work on my name pronunciations. Excellent advice in YouTube chat, telling me I nailed the Kevin Knutson. All right, Bud Reedner. Jess Reedner, not sure if related. Jess making a suggestion. Take a shot every time I mispronounce a name. Well, that's on y'all. If I'm mispronouncing it, it's obviously because I don't know that I am doing that. The 10 machine of Andy Monday. I got that one right. Look at this. Look at this. Look at that. Mini driver bar right there says Andy Monday. That's 2 names I can pronounce. Andy Monday. He is going to get wave around / free pass and get back on the lead lap. We started 26 cars. We do have 25 on the lead lap. Only one car is 1 lap down, and right now that is the 62 of Jeff Steenbergen. He does find himself 1 lap down, currently in 26th place. Still has a lot of laps in this event, but he does have the opportunity to get onto the lead lap here. He's got to really hustle that car to get through the field. Try and stay either the first car 1 lap down. Kevin Knutson in the 86 machine continuing to lead. Oh, and look at that. It's another Ford product failure. Lights have gone out once again on the Ford butt stain. That thing's gonna have to go to pit road this time to be worked on. How are these drivers gonna know that they're under caution? The lights are not working on that Ford Mustang. They went from flashing to nothing. Complete failure of a car design. It is what it is, though. Good news is everyone's out there racing in Chevy Monte Carlo SS's. Lots of horsepower in these race cars here tonight. The Milwaukee Mile, not disappointing as far as action on the track. A lot of side-by-side action going on. A lot of drivers fighting tooth and nail for position. Pace car down and away. Kevin Knutson in the 86 gets on the throttle, and away we go once again to complete lap 46. And the green flag flying as we work lap 47. The 86 gets a good little gap over the 19 machine of Cody Speicher. Cody solidly into second place. Bud Riedner in the 40 machine right now. He finds himself in third. We ride on board with Bud, who works down into turns 1 and 2. He is really going to get down below the yellow line there. Really looking for some grip where the cars haven't been just yet. Now it looks like the 77 of Garrett Strakota really diving down to the inside here, trying to find some racing room, so to speak, as he dives down below the 5 of Jared Apel. Two lap leaders going at it here, and Garrett Strakota in the 77 is going to come out with that position. Now he's down to the inside of the 02 machine of Christopher Boykins. Strakota now trying to tackle the 118 of Gundrum. Nothing there as they work their way through 3 and 4. Gundrum holding off the challenge for the moment. Strakota, man on a mission to get back to the front of the field. Eric Malik in the 9 machine, tucked in right behind the 56 of Colton Goralski. Oh man, y'all would flip out if I started saying all the hyphens you put in to help me pronounce the names. That would be... I laugh at my own jokes. Battle for the race lead. Kevin Knutson under attack as the 19 of Cody to the inside. Cody's going to take the race lead away from him. Bud Riedner is going to move into second, so the 86 machine on older tires loses out to not yet fresher tires as Bud and Cody all pitted on the same lap as Kevin. Now Colton Goralski in the 56. He is a driver on fresher tires. He is now making some noise. He is into third. And he is hungry for more. He has set his sights on the 40 machine. Bud Riedner holding on to second, but for how long is that 56? Man on a mission. He has got some fresh rubber in that 56 machine. He's taking a peek to the inside. Nothing there yet on the front stretch. Diving down into turn 1. Meanwhile, Kevin Knutson in the 86 continues to be freight trained on that high side, losing some more ground here once again as Garrett Strakota in the 77 dives down to the inside here along with the 5 of Jared Apel. These two drivers, early race leaders. Ryan Gundrum in the 118 hoping to take advantage, and we got some more issues. Another car has gone around. That is Zach Coldbeer Coyer in the 22 machine. Let's go to our turn 3 instant replay, figure out what happened to the 22 of Zach Cold Beer Coyer, battling with the 02 machine here of Christopher Boykins. We're down into the corner, the 87 machine of Jay Crable, just gonna get into his back bumper, turn him around. That is enough for the 22 to loop it 360 style. Grabs the gear and gets rolling. Do want to thank you all for joining me for the Charlie's Angels 125 presented by Ultimate Sim League. If you haven't done so yet, don't know where you're at, this is Turn 3 Racing Network. I am your host. My name, KR Stolvis. Been a part of iRacing since 2014. Have enjoyed every minute of its existence that I have participated in. You're looking into getting into iRacing, maybe turning some laps as the 62 machine, Jeff Steenbergen, does get back on the lead lap with the free pass there. I'll tell you what, iRacing, a lot of great communities, a lot of great content, and an example of a great community with iRacing is this charity race here tonight for Charlie Knuth. Charlie, we hope you get better. Hope you keep fighting. And look, see, I told you, the lights have gone out and on. Now they're flashing all over the place on that Mustang. There's so many problems with that Ford Mustang. That lights can't even stay on solidly. This is ridiculous. This is the worst pace car ever. Well, at least they put the yellow lights on the top. Saying, go around, go around. I have problems. I'm a Ford Mustang. All right, joke's run its course. I'm done. Right now, your top 5 is Cody Speicher, Bud Riedner, Colton Goralski, Eric Malik, and Matt Nagel. Make up your top 5. We did have a few drivers come down pit road, but not a whole lot of takers this time. First driver out there on fresh tires, that is the 31 machine, piloted by Eric Mueller. We will see how much ground that 31 can make with these pressure tires. Just a handful of drivers really did come down pit road. So a lot of drivers electing a track position over rubber. But the lights have gone out on the pace car. It will head for pit road. That will give Cody in the 19 machine control of the field. We will go green flag racing once again. We're going to complete lap 57. It started on lap 58 with a fresh green flag. Pace car down and away. Here we go. Cody gets on the throttle, gets an excellent start. And Bud Riedner in the 40 machine has to fend off Colton Goralski in the 56. Meanwhile, way up the track is the 86 of Kevin Knutson. That 86 machine still not able to get down to that yellow line, is going to lose a few more spots. Ryan Gundrum in the 118 down to the inside of the 77 of Strakota. Robert Schneider over in YouTube chat saying Knutson has a strategy and he is just playing with the field. Well, he might be playing with the field right now. He finds himself in 7th place. Under heavy attack now from Brian Gundrum. And Bud Riedner has managed to take over the top spot. The 19 of Cody Speicher has fallen to 3rd. Colton Goralski moves into 2nd place. And now the 56 is going to set his sights on the race lead as we go on board with the 56 machine. Colton following in the tire tracks of the 40 of Bud Riedner. Now the 9 of Eric Malik down to the inside of Cody. Cody going to lose another spot here as Eric takes over the top 3 position. 3rd place, as some people would correctly call it. Let's check in on the driver of the 57 machine. That is Chuck Shayer. That 57 started in 20th, currently running in 19th place. Have not got to say Chuck's name a whole lot, so if anyone can help me with his last name, that would be greatly appreciated. I believe it would be Chuck Shayer, Chuck Shear, one of those. But Chuck finding himself in 19th place. He's got Andy Monday in the 10 machine all over his back bumper. As we do have another yellow. Jason Schilling in the 13 machine again going around here. I believe there was more to the story than just the 13 machine. Jason working his way through 3 and 4. Drives down to the inside and making contact with Jay Cravel. Cravel going up the track as he tried to work his way around the 13. So again, we're going to go under yellow. And again, terrible broadcasting work. There's been another lead change that I missed. How about that? Colton Goralski in the 56 machine, your race leader. With the lights coming on once again, guys, I'm going to take a quick little break. We'll be right back to reset for our starting lineup. Welcome back, race fans, to the Turn 3 Racing Network as Colton Goralski works his way off of turn number 4. Lights have gone out on the pace car. We get ready to go green flag racing once again. There it is. Green flag is out. We work lap 68 of 125. Bud Riedner in the 40 machine trying to put some pressure onto the 56, maybe make him make a mistake. Nothing happening there as the 56 is out front. Meanwhile, behind him, we got a knot of cars, one of them being the 20 of Kelsey Rogers. Rogers drops down in front of Andy Monday, holds on to the spot. That is a battle for 6th and 7th place. Meanwhile, the 77 of Garrett Strakota down to the inside of the 22 of Zach Coyer. Zach Coyer finding himself on that high side lane, loses a few positions. Zach now finds himself in 14th place. Right in front of him is the 8 machine of Matt Vadi. Meanwhile, up at the front, Matt Nagel in the 24 machine down to the inside for the race lead of Bud Riedner. Bud had found a way around the 56 of Colton Goralski. Now Colton into 3rd place, but Matt Nagel in the 24 takes over the top spot. And how about that, folks? I caught a lead change. After missing all of them before this, finally got one. New race leader, that is the 24 of Matt Nagel. Down to the inside he goes. He's going to protect that inside lane. Bud Riedner all over his back bumper. Riedner on about 20 lap old tires than the 24. And Bud is making that work here at a very flat track. Milwaukee Mile, not known for having a whole lot of grip, but Bud doing a lot with those 20 lap older tires. Holding on to 2nd place. Colton Goralski continues to drop. He finds himself now into 5th place. All these drivers all battling for position and for Charlie Knuth. But Matt Nagel, right now, he has the race lead. With 53 laps to go, the 24 machine has taken over the top spot and now starting to open up a bit of a gap. Meanwhile, the 20 of Kelsey Rogers down to the inside of Colton Goralski. Goralski's going to lose another spot here if the 20 can stay off of him. Little bit of contact there through the middle of 1 and 2. And now Colton wants a little bit more of that action. He is going to try and take the spot back, but can't defend it too much as the 10 of Andy Monday now down to his inside. Jeff Steenbergen, who has taken full advantage of getting the free pass. He is now into 8th place. Oh, as Colton's gonna hit the wall here. And everyone's gonna try and get through without further issue. But the 56 of Colton Goralski hard into the outside wall. Let's go to our turn 3 instant replay. Figure out what happened to the 56 machine. Little bit of contact by the 62 at corner entry, and that is enough to explode the engine of the 56. Had a good run going, but unfortunately tonight's race probably gonna finish on pit road for Colton Goralski. Few drivers taking the chance to hit pit road, and by a few, I mean one. That is Cody Speicher in the 19 machine. He is going to come down pit road. A few more cars at the back of the pack are going to hit pit lane. So Cody going to give up a lot of track position for some fresh rubber. I want to thank everyone for joining me here tonight. If you haven't done so yet, please hit the thumbs up button so that these drivers know that you're here to support them and to support this charity race for Charlie. Each thumbs up will go a long way. Charlie, if you're watching, man, hope to see you back out on track soon. We got to talk to Matt Vadi. Mentioned how much money was raised and how they were doing it. A lot of race car parts sold. A lot of used race car parts. I believe they sold door panels, side panels, tail panels, all kinds of that stuff to help raise money. All right, so we're looking at 48 laps to go. Who do you guys think is going to win this race? We have had 9 different leaders. Kevin Knutson has led the most laps here in this event, and he's only led 14 laps. Pace car down and away. Matt Nagel on the throttle, green flag out once again, down into turn number 1. Bud Riedner in the 40 machine, trying to find a way around that Nagel. Maybe just poking at his armor a little bit here, just letting him feel his presence. Maybe try and make the 24 check his rear view mirror at the wrong time, make a mistake. That 24 sporting a metal yellow paint scheme, continuing to lead, has now led for 10 laps in this event. Down the backstretch into turn number 3 as the 5 machine of Jared Apel trying to challenge for second place. Kelsey Rogers in the 20. We did see Kelsey go for a spin. It was Bud Riedner in the 40. Gonna wash up the track there. The 5 of Jared Apel taking advantage of that opportunity. He moves down to the inside. The battle for second place really heats up here. And Jared on the inside lane here at the Milwaukee Mile. That's where you want to be. He is gonna make it work. And the 5 slides up into second. Here comes Kelsey Rogers on Bud Riedner. Bud sliding down to the inside, trying to close the door without creating another incident, and Bud pulls it off. But Garrett Strakota in the 77 has made his way back into the top 5. And before this race is over, he might have something to say about this event. But while all of this is going on, Matt Nagel in the 24 has opened up almost a 1 second lead on the rest of the field. Daniel Strong Racing Productions making a bold claim. Andy Monday gonna win this race. Right now, Andy Monday is in 7th place. Let's check in on that 10 machine. He is behind the 8 of Matt Vadi. Dakota in the 77 taking a peek down in the inside. Kelsey Rogers gives him a little bit of room, but shuts the door from the middle of the corner on out. Now Rogers taking a peek to the inside of Riedner. Riedner on 66 lap old tires. Everyone else around him are top two 48 lap old tires, along with Kelsey Rogers on 41 lap old tires. So Riedner really making some things happen on these older tires. But how much longer can he go? We still have 41 laps in this event. Andy Monday, bold prediction in my opinion from Daniel Strong Racing. Thinks he's gonna win it. Anyone else got a fan favorite? Anyone else got a favorite driver? Kevin Knutson in the 86 has led for 14 laps. He finds himself all the way down in 11th place. Someone earlier on said the 86 banks on track position. That was Robert Schneider. So Knutson had a little bit of work to do, along with the 19 of Cody. Cody led for 7 laps earlier tonight. Now he finds himself all the way down into 12th place. He did come down pit road under our most recent caution. So he does have fresh tires, but it doesn't seem to be helping him out a whole lot. He has made a few moves since the drop of the green flag. Has a lot of positions to make up. Another driver trying to work his way through the field after finding early troubles. That is the 62 machine of Jeff Steenbergen. Steenbergen, who started second, currently in 14th place, was 1 lap down at one point in this event. Big Fish calling out Bud Riedner for the race win. Bud Riedner's going to need some help here. I think he has got some older tires that are going to give up on him before the end of this race if he cannot get to pit road. But Bud is doing an outstanding job with the card he has been dealt. Garrett Strakota in the 77 making a move to the inside here. Bud Riedner not going to flinch. Drives right down to the bottom. Meanwhile, the 5 machine of Jared Apel has caught up to the back bumper of Matt Nagel in the 24. Nagel has been out front now for the most laps led so far. That is 21 laps. We have done 91 laps in this event here. And Matt Nagel has been out front for the most laps so far at 21. We have had a ton of different drivers out for a little bit of some chunks of the pie, so to speak. As Jared in the 5 machine gets a good run off of turn number 4. He's going to pull up to the quarter panel, now door to door. Now he's got the move down into turn number 1. Side by side, Jared Apel pass for the lead and is going to pull it off. Coming off at turn number 2, new leader Jared Apel in the 5 machine. So Nagel led for 22 laps. Now he finds himself into 2nd place. One driver, that is the 70 of John Andrade. Led for 9 laps earlier in the event. Got a route for Jacqueline, saying the 70 machine's gonna win it. Number 19 car restarted 22nd and up to 12. That is Cody Spiker. Short Track News chiming in. First Gen 67 saying, let's go 31, Eric Mueller. Mueller finding himself in the 15th spot. We go on aboard with the 31 machine. Started in 19th, currently in 15th place. Got a nice little gap here, no cars around him, able to log some laps. Might be just lying in the weeds a little bit. The first Gen 67 calling out Eric Mueller. Eric's got some work to do, finding himself kind of middle of the field here, middle to the back. He is in 15th spot. I do want to point out that the 56 of Colton Goralski has got back out on the track after making that heavy contact with the outside wall. He is 3 laps down, finding himself in 25th place. Only one car is out of the event here tonight. That is the 13 of Jason Stilling. Got a shout out for the 97 machine of Matthew Fraser. Matthew finding himself in a 19th spot. Started 21st, has moved forward a few positions. So Fraser under attack from the 57 of Chuck Scheer. Good little battle here deep in this field. A lot of cars running nose to tail. Meanwhile, back to the front, Matt Nagel has not left the back bumper of the 5 machine of Jared Apel. Meanwhile, the 77 of Garrett Strakota continuing to make his march towards the front of the field. Strakota has moved into 3rd. Daniel Strong pleading his case for Andy Monday as the yellow flag is going to come out. Jaden Dahlberg, trouble on the backstretch, leaving an oil slick behind him wherever he goes. That 36 machine, heavy damage. Let's go to our turn 3 instant replay. Find out what happened to Jaden Dahlberg. And Jaden gonna tag the outside wall and shoot down to the inside wall, where he's gonna nose in and shove that radiator into the oil pump of the engine. That 36 is gonna make a bit of smoke, a bit of mess on the track. It is enough to bring out the yellow here tonight. As I was saying, Daniel Strong pleading his case for Andy Monday. Monday was 2 laps down at one point, up to 8th now. I'd say a good chance for him. Got a solid case there. Monday in the 10 machine is going to hit pit lane. Drives on to pit stall, along with many other drivers, including the 40 of Bud Riedner. Riedner down and away, as well as Andy Monday. Monday going to win the race off of pit road. Riedner going to come off 2nd. They will find themselves in 9th and 10th place. but Jared Apel in the 5 machine. Well, Jared, your race leader. If you didn't know so, this is the Charlie's Angels 125 at the Milwaukee Mile. I do want to thank everyone for joining me here tonight. We are working lap 102 of 125. We have had quite a few cautions here tonight, but it is a flat track. That is to be expected as everyone in this race battling for that inside lane. This is our 8th caution for a total of 25 laps. We have had 11 lead changes here tonight. Oh my goodness, YouTube chat. Brandon Aschenbrenner chiming in. Man, I can't even get the names correct with the race car drivers. Now I gotta try and say the names in YouTube chat correctly. This is just too much for me tonight. Just too much for me. But thank you very much for Brandon chiming in. He's voting for the 77 of Garrett Strakota. Strakota finding himself in 2nd place right now. Strakota has had an up and down night. Our pole sitter for the event fell all the way to 20th place at one point as he came down pit road. Robert Schneider chiming in, and Andy Monday did such a great job starting the fundraiser for Charlie. So many great racers followed his lead and have raised over $60,000 for the little guy. Brandon Aschenbrenner. All right, green flag back out. Thank you very much for clearing that up for me, Brandon. Glad to have you along with us here tonight. Jared Apel in the 5 with a good jump on that start. And a little bit of separation between him and the hard charging 77 machine of Garrett Strakota. Eric Malik in the 9 machine finds himself in 3rd place. We go on board with the 9 of Malik. 77 has been very fast all night long in each warm-up session, each qualifying session. And in the race, he has really charged his way through the field. Malik dropping down below that yellow line there. Yellow curbing, really getting a run up off the corner. So the top 3 going at it here. Strakota trying a little bit of different line. Looking for grip still. Meanwhile, Gundrum down to the inside of Rogers. Gundrum gonna try and make the pass, but the 24 of Matt Nigel right in front of him. Rogers goes way up high on exit, trying to carry as much speed down the backstretch. It works for the moment, but how's it gonna work through 3 and 4 for him? Meanwhile, the 86 of Kevin Knutson finds himself in a battle to stay in the top 10. Knutson being freight trained right now. Looks like the 118 of Gundrum way down underneath that yellow curbing, trying to find any bit of grip he can to get a run up off the corner. And that is going to move Brian into 10th place. Here comes Kelsey Rogers underneath the door that Gundrum opened. Knutson now finds himself in 12th place. Meanwhile, Strakota and Malik still chasing the 5 of Jared Apel. And the yellow flag coming out, Andy Delay in the 25 machine. Has to throw it in reverse and get rolling once again. Let's go to our turn 3 instant replay here. Figure out what happened to the 25. Working his way down the front stretch into turn number 1. The 36 and the 97 trying to fight for position there. The 97 machine of Matthew Fraser had to check up. That is what sent Andy Delay on around. The caution flag flying once again. This time with 17 laps to go. Started 26 cars into this event tonight. Do have 25 cars still out there. 23 of them are on the lead lap. The 97 of Fraser is coming down pit road, along with Christopher Boykins and Charles Carmen. 23 machine of Carmen is going to push it behind the wall. Carmen may be calling it a night here in that 23 machine. We'll see if he can get rolling once again. Unfortunately, we didn't get a chance to talk a lot about Charles here in this race tonight. Could be an early exit for the 23 machine. The 96 of Edward Blaine does receive the free pass, sporting a City Chevrolet green and yellow iconic paint scheme. Finds himself in a 23rd spot. Edward Blaine getting back on the lead lap here. We'll see if he can make something happen now that he is back on the lead lap. Going to have a very short amount of time to do anything with this gift he has received. But in order to win the race, you have to be on the lead lap. There is no doubt about that. Laps to go. The 5 of Jared Apel, and I hope I've said that correctly. Could be Appel. But the 5 machine is our race leader. He's been out front for 31 laps now, with 14 laps to go. The 24 machine of Matt Nigel is the only one who has a shot at taking the title of leading the most laps in this event away from the 5 machine. Nigel has led for 22 laps. This is our 9th caution. We have had 11 lead changes. This caution draws to a close, and we go back green flag racing. Caden Dahlberg in the 36 rushes to the high side. He's got the 70 machine of John Andrade right behind him, now down to the inside. Andrade finding himself in 14th spot. Now he's down to the inside of the 7 of John DeAngelis. Nothing there as the 7 machine shuts the door on him, but Andrade not yet giving up on that position. Once again, he's going to try and follow in the tire tracks, use the draft, arcs it into the corner. He's going to try and look for an exit low here to get the run down the backstretch. And the 70 machine does drop it down to the inside, but the 7 of DeAngelis not going to let him have it without a fight, trying to crowd him out. Andrade paddles right back and shoves DeAngelis out of his way. Move John Andrade into 13th spot. Power move down the backstretch with 11 laps to go. Garrett Apel in the 5 machine continuing to lead with Garrett Strakota in the 77 right behind him. Meanwhile, the 62 of Jeff Steenbergen underneath the 19 of Cody Speicher, who is Matt Nagel down to the inside of Bud Riedner. Getting down to the closing laps here is Andy Monday to the inside of Cody now. Nothing there on the backstretch. Cody's going to defend that inside lane at corner entry. He's going to wash up a little bit. Going to slow him down at the middle of the corner. That is going to stack all 5 of these drivers up. Bud Riedner going way up high in that 40 machine. Riedner going to lose a spot now, possibly to Brian Gundrum. These guys know that they have 9 laps to go. Oh, and the 118 is going to go around hard into the inside wall, into oncoming traffic. He's going to collect 2 cars. That is the 36 machine getting involved as well. So James Dahlberg, he is up in smoke. We go back under yellow. Let's go once again to our turn 3 instant replay. A little bit of internet issues by Jaden Dahlberg. We're going to go on board. You see the 118 bounce up in front of him. The 70 of Andrade catching the 118 as well. The 70 just had nowhere to go, and Kevin Knutson, bold move there at the last second, took a hard right to the outside, made it work. The 70 gets a little bit of wrinkle on the front end, but man, I think that 70 machine got away with one right there. He is going to come down pit road though. That is going to cost him a lot of track position. We're going to have 7 laps to go. I think we will take the green flag with possibly 5, maybe 4 laps to go. Kind of all depends on when the field got caught up to the pace car. Our top 5 right now is Garrett Apel, Garrett Strakota, Eric Malik, Matt Vadi, and Jeff Steenbergen. Steenbergen has taken advantage of receiving the free pass. Started in second place, has charged his way through the field. All right. So, several fans have called out their drivers. Now, it really comes down to last few laps here. Garrett Apel is going to lead the most laps in this event here tonight. He's at 39 laps and counting. Matt Nagel in the 24 machine led for 22 laps with 5 laps to go. That will for sure solidify Jared Apel as leading the most laps. All right, so it is going to be a 4-lap shootout to the end of this thing. Lights have gone out on the pace car. Pace car gonna peel off for pit road. There it goes. And Jared Apel in the 5 machine gets the green flag. That is the green light to go back. Green flag racing. Here we go. Drivers making some moves here on this restart. Matt Vadi in the 8 trying to find a way around the 9 of Eric Malik. Malik trying to hold on to 3rd place. But if the 5 of Jared Apel can hold on for the race win, he was last on pit road 85 laps ago. Garrett Strakota last on pit road 56 laps ago. So Jared really able to use track position and tire conservation to carry this race lead deep into this race. And now with 3 laps to go, Strakota in the 77 trying very hard not to let him get too far away. Meanwhile, cars back behind him a little bit. Andy Monday in the 10, he's trying to take a trip through the grass as he had to catch that machine. He is going to lose a spot to the 24 of Matt Nagel. Nagel down to the inside along with Kelsey Rogers. Can Rogers make the pass? Andy Monday in the 10 machine. Again going high. Here comes Bud Riedner. Riedner going to check in behind the 10. Rogers making a little bit of contact with the 24 down the backstretch. Rogers wants to move in to 7th place that Nigel holds on to. But white flag in the air, final lap, 1 lap to go, presented by Ultimate Sim League. And Jared Apel trying to hold off Garrett Strakota and Eric Malik. 3-car breakaway for the lead. Malik making a move to the inside here on Strakota, down into 3 and 4. Both drivers driving in deep. The 9 of Malik gonna make the pass, and Eric Malik moves into 2nd, but Jared Apel gonna come off of turn 4 and win the Charlie's Angels 125 here at the Milwaukee Mile. So Jared Apel pulling off an outstanding race, led for 45 laps and becomes your race winner in this Charlie's Angels 125. He pulls onto the start-finish line. Lights up the tires, little bit of an internet issue, and Burnout City, here we come. So Jared Apel, your race winner. Eric Malik does come home in 2nd place. Outstanding last corner pass to pull it off. And with that, folks, that was the Charlie's Angels 125. What an amazing race that was. The Milwaukee Mile, a very difficult track to navigate, very flat, very fast down the straightaways, and then into the corners with a car that doesn't want to turn. Let's go through our race results. Jared Apel is your race winner. Eric Malik brings it home in second place. Garrett Strakota in the 77 machine gonna finish in third, with Jeff Steenbergen finishing fourth. Fifth place going to Cody Speicher. Matt Vadi in 15th. Kelsey Rogers 7th. Eighth place going to Andy Monday. Ninth, Bud Riedner. Kevin Knutson in 10th. Jay Crable in 11th. 12th place going to John DeAngelis. 13th will be John Andrade. 14th, Eric Mueller. Zach Cold, Beer Coyer in 15th. 16th place going to Matthew Fraser. 17th, Matt Nagel. Jaden Dahlberg finishing in 18th. 19th place going to Edward Blaine. 20th, Chuck Shayer. 21st will be Christopher Boykins. Ryan Gundrum in the 118 machine finishing in 22nd. 23rd will be Andy DeLay. Colton Goralski finishing in 24th. 25th will be Charles Carmen, and Jason Schilling finishing in 26th spot here tonight. So guys, thank you very much for joining me. I hope everyone enjoyed the show. I've been your host for this whole, well, it's been about a 2-hour event now. I hope you all enjoyed it as much as I did. And Charlie, man, thank you for allowing us to honor you in this charity race. We hope you keep fighting, keep staying strong. It is never an easy thing to go through. We are glad you continue to fight on as you have. Guys, again, cannot thank you all enough. Amazing stats for this charity event. The amount of money that was raised, the amount of drivers that showed up. What more could be said? Well, if it needs to be said, it's not going to be by me, but maybe we can get a quick word in with someone who knows a lot more about this than I do. That is the driver of the 40 machine, Bud Riedner. Bud, you got your ears on, Bud?
What's happening?
How you doing out there tonight, Bud?
Oh, having fun, trying anyway. So we this went a lot better than I thought it was going to. We had a lot of interest and a lot of people sign up, and a lot of people I never heard of before. And you guys came on board, and it got pretty big, pretty quick. And we raised, I think Jeff figured out the total ended up being like $670 or almost $700. So it's a pretty good deal for a bunch of people sitting behind a computer that don't really know each other. So pretty happy with all that.
Well, the stats for the money raised here in iRacing, that is outstanding. $600 for this event. And the Ultimate Sim League is putting this on. What can you tell us about the community that is trying to surround Charlie right now?
Well, I mean, the race community in general, I mean, Andy Monday started that deal with kind of on a whim, just put a thing online saying he wanted to auction some doors off, and it grew like wildfire. I mean, Speed, if anybody knows anything about, Speed 51, they covered it. Bubba Pollard from down in Georgia, he donated stuff, and there was people all over the place donating stuff to the Knuth family, and I think they ended up over $60,000 they ended up raising, and the little bit that we do here, it isn't even close to that. But I think anything we can do is as a community, whether it's sim racing or the real deal, is good, especially when somebody needs it, because one day it might be you or I that needs that help. That's just it's a good karma thing as far as I'm concerned.
Well, Bud, I really, I'm fishing for what more to ask. What can you tell us more that hasn't been said so far tonight about this event?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if you what you can say more. I mean, the sim thing is new to a lot of people. A lot of people don't. A lot of people think you're just sitting behind a computer playing a video game, which you are in essence. But I mean, this is as real as it gets without spending the money and actually being there. So, and now the fact that you can broadcast it, I mean, you can watch it live on your phone anywhere in the world is pretty awesome. You know, there's nothing cooler than seeing races when there's no racing going on. I mean, we're up here in South Central Wisconsin. It's 40 degrees out today, and there ain't any racing within 1,000 miles of this place. So, um, the fact that we get to do this and we get to and you guys get to watch it and broadcast it's pretty awesome.
All right, bud. Well, uh, about your race, an outstanding run you had, a long time out there on your tires, and you had a couple people pulling for you, finishing ninth. What was the racing like out there?
Yeah, I don't know. I've never been in real life I race hobby stocks and street stocks, so we don't worry about pit stops. So this whole pit strategy thing is new to me. And I knew I had to get track position, so I knew about how long I could go on a tank of fuel. So I came in the first time like at lap 20, I think, and I packed it tight, 22 gallons of fuel, put 4 tires on it. I figured I'm gonna go as long as I can. And then once I realized I could make it on fuel, I thought, well, I got to put tires on because I led for a while. Then Colton got by me, and then I fell back to third. And then them guys on fresh tires just kept beating me up, and I was blowing bubbles. So I thought I better put some tires on this thing before it all falls apart. And then I put tires on, of course, too late because there again, my pit strategy sucks. So I probably should have put them on when everybody else came in, but I thought I'll wait. Hopefully, we get a caution close to the end, and I can sneak 4 on there and get back up to them. But just didn't have enough time. By the time all the cautions and stuff cycled through, I ended up with our tires pretty much my tires leveled off with the guys who had new tires on, and um and it just kind of ended up it is what it is at the end of the day. But I had a great time and trying to race plus admin the thing and keep track of what people are doing and try and make sure nobody's going off the rails and that's something too you got to worry about is somebody trying to destroy your show for you who's got a bad attitude or whatever. So that takes a little bit of focus away from the actual racing. But to run 125 laps, lead a couple of them, and end up ninth, I'll take that.
All right, bud. Well, man, I appreciate you coming into the booth here and laying down some numbers for us. I really, threw this together last minute, didn't have all the information I wanted to give out to people, so I appreciate you coming by and letting all the viewers know what happened here tonight.
Yeah, for sure, and I really appreciate you guys doing this. Like I said, we were gonna have one of the racers here just broadcast it through his YouTube channel, and that kind of fell apart. And I was kind of bummed we weren't gonna have it broadcast. And then I actually got a text message from Vadi saying that, oh, don't worry, KR is gonna take care of it through turn 3. And I'm like, man, that's about as cool as it gets right there. So I can't thank you guys enough for what you did, and hopefully we can our paths cross again someday. Hopefully we can get you guys to do our league once in a while.
All right, that is the driver of the 40 machine, Bud Riedner. And Bud, I think you are the owner of Ultimate Sim League.
Well, me and Steenbergen kind of run it together. Yeah, we use Jeff's name. His company name is Ultimate Race Cars. He sells modified and sport modified chassis out of Wisconsin. So we use his name, and then I started the league like a year ago, kind of on my own, and we just kind of combine forces, and it just works a lot better if you have a couple people that can run it and things like that. It just stays a little more organized that way. So yeah, we run fixed street stock races every Sunday. The page is Ultimate Sim League on Facebook. We keep all of our points and stuff up there, so you can follow us on there. And like I say, we're trying to hopefully someday get the thing so we can broadcast it weekly and kind of keep people up to date what's going on there. So there seems to be a decent interest in it. Just we all got lives and families and bills we got to pay too, so we got to kind of keep the video game playing to a minimum.
All right, so if once again, if people wanted to find more information on the Ultimate Sim League, where could they go?
Facebook, and then just type in Ultimate Sim League, or find myself or Jeff Steenbergen. We all have access to the league. So myself, Jeff Steenbergen, or just go on Facebook and look up Ultimate Sim League.
All right, bud. Thank you very much again for coming and talking to us. And guys, you heard it here. Check out Ultimate Sim League on Facebook. All right, now it's time to talk to, let's say it one more time, to Eric Malik. Pulled off a second place finish here tonight. Eric, you got your ears on?
You bet.
Oh man, tell us about that last lap.
Well, I knew it was going to kind of get crazy. I didn't know if Garrett would drive it in deep and kind of get into him. He slipped up a little bit. I got underneath him coming off a 2. I had a good run. I think Jared saw me coming. He kind of brake checked down a little bit. I wish I had another lap or two. I feel like my car was faster than they were. Just had to hit him at the right time, put a little pressure on him, make him drive in a little deep, get underneath him. But it was fun. Wish I had another lap or two, but it was good.
Well, Eric, it was an exciting race from start to finish. We got to talk to you at the beginning of the race, and now we're going to bookend it with you as well here at the end, and an outstanding drive to second place. We saw you start from pit lane. Was that your strategy all along, or is that something that I caused you to mess up?
Yeah, I mean, in order to jump from the different TeamSpeak channels here, I had to minimize the game, and when I did that, it said that there was 2 minutes left before the start of the race, so I should have been enough time for me to jump out of the room and jump back in, and I have the 3 screens set up, so in order for that to spread across my screens, I had to exit out and get back in. Well, they had started rolling, and the penalty for that is you have to start on pit lane. So nice thing is it's a long race. There's different pit stops and pit strategy. So I really wasn't too worried about having to start back that far.
Well, Eric, I thank you for overcoming my mistake. Nice job out there tonight, Eric. Any sponsors, shout outs, things you'd like to draw attention to while you have a microphone?
Just encouraging people to get into iRacing. Getting into a real race car, it's quite expensive. I know that cost. So I think iRacing is the next step for people. It's not cheap if you get good equipment, steering wheel and pedals, also a good gaming computer. But I encourage people to get into it. Sometimes it starts with iRacing, and you end up at your local dirt track or your asphalt track, turning laps. So encourage people to get involved in it. I've certainly seen an influx of friends of mine and friends of other iRacers. It's really taken off since they came out with trucks and a lot of the dirt tracks and different dirt cars. It's really expanded and boomed. iRacing is doing a great job, kind of expanding their horizons and their outreach to all the different racing demographics. So not much else to say. Tonight's the real winner was Charlie. I think we're going to be sending them probably $600-700, something like that. I think we ended up raising at the end, for the family. Like Andy said earlier, it's an important cause. It's a good cause. And, I'm just happy that I could be a part of it and help out.
All right, Eric. Well, man, thank you very much for coming in and talking to us both at the beginning and the end of the race, man. Nice job out there. Solid second place finish.
Thanks. Appreciate it much. Appreciate your broadcast. Can't wait to go back and watch it.
All right, that is Eric Malik, driver of the number 9 machine. Brought it home in second place. And guys, that is going to do it for myself. My name is KR Stolfus. This has been the Turn 3 Racing Network. We have been proud to bring you the Charlie's Angels 125 as the Ultimate Sim League did a charity race for Charlie Knuth and helped raise money to knock down some of those medical bills. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. Everyone who hung out in YouTube chat with me, thank you for helping me in the pronunciations. You all had a huge part in making this an awesome show. Thank you so much, guys. Hope everyone enjoyed the show. And until I see you all again, y'all have a good night. And man, what a race. What a community. What a night. Y'all stay safe out there.